You ever seen the movie 300 when the Spartans go to the Battle of Thermopylae and they go through the little opening in the mountain and they just go in backs against the wall? You know, no, they have minimal minimal chance to actually succeed, but they do it anyways. They go at the beginning of the movie, Leonidas, the little Persian messenger guy, comes and tells him, "Hey, join join us, and you'll be fine. You'll just have to say whoever Xerxes is the empire, that kind of stuff," and just kicks him right into the well or whatever. That's what sparks it, and all these, all some of the people in the Spartan society in the movie are in with Xerxes as well. The whatever they are, their prophets or whoever that predict them, and they told him not to go to war, so they all listen. But Leonidas and his 300, him and his boys, they go anyways, and go backs against the wall. They know they probably don't have a chance, but if there's just hope that they can hold out long enough, maybe it'll inspire the other Greeks and all that to go in and help. Um, the reason I the reason I say this is, kind of bringing this up, is I think that a lot of us are just sick and tired of the way things are in our lives and are so afraid to step out of whatever it is you're doing, the comfort of what it is. And that might not even be doing anything. You just might be stagnant and not doing anything with your life. And I understand that to a degree. I get it. It's tough. It's we live in a pretty comfortable world, where we just everything's pretty easy. You can get food pretty easy. You can do whatever it is you need. But I think we all, especially like I'm not obviously I'm not a woman. I'm a man. I can't really speak from a woman's perspective, but so this is more geared towards men, but it definitely can apply to. It's just I'm thinking it from my perspective, but uh, you can take it however you want. There's just like, it, and I know it. They're just like, I don't want to say not a nice person in you, but there's just like your inner testosterone building. Like it's just like you can feel like you just need to do something. But I think we've been so conditioned to be afraid to just jump into something. Like we live in a world of just like statistics and facts and that, and it's important, but like sometimes you just have to do something with just a blind faith that it's going to work. And I bring up the story of the 300 Spartans because they put their backs to the wall, and I think that's such an important thing to understand. Is most of the time in life, and I this is I've had this happen to me. I didn't get to where I needed to be until it was like do or die. Like there was no going back, and I'm not saying that's a good practice all the time, but I think you need to experience at least once or twice, or whatever it is, like when you need to get to where you need to be in life. Uh, and if you don't experience that, I don't think it's ever going to catapult you. And, some people just might. There's always the luck factor in life where stuff just falls into place. It still means you could have worked hard or something, but most of the time you're going to get to a point where you're like, it's like a risk. It's a risk. Your back's against the wall. And I think, especially from like my perspective, like you'll be able to achieve a lot when your back's against the wall. You need to see where you are at when your back's against the wall, what you're capable of. And I was able to experience that at least once, one good time in my life, and it panned out. And that's the message I want to preach today: is put your back to the wall, go into full rat mode and scrounge, and just go in with No, you can't go in with an attitude. You'll have uncertainty. Just like the 300 Spartans did. Those guys were utter badasses to say the least. And I bet most of them had a little bit of fear. If you don't have fear, you're a little bit crazy. But uh, they went in. Granted, they all died, but they held out long enough to inspire the rest of the Greek world. I'm sure there's obviously a lot more to it. That's just how the movie portrayed it, but it's just a general. Even if it was all made up, which I don't believe it is. It's true as far as I know. Uh, it's a pretty inspirational story. Like they went in, they were laughing, they were going in like, this is awesome. Like we're gonna do what we want to do, and who cares? Like, and I think that's what you got to realize is do what you want to do, and who cares? And go in with a smile on your face, even if it doesn't work. And I got to, like, for me personally, I know I talked about it in a video a couple videos ago about like there got to a point where when I was in college where I was just like I understood that if I don't get my act together and start doing better in these classes and stuff like that, like it ain't gonna work out because what I wanted to go to school for like takes at the minimum 6 years. Ended up taking me 7, but most people it takes 8. So kind of lucked out there, but still I could have done it. I could have got done with it faster. Um, and I got to a point where like I can't keep doing like if I keep doing this, I'm gonna end up spending more money, and even if I don't finish it, like then I'm gonna be screwed with debt and all that. Um, Even though I still have debt now, I'll be able to pay it back from like my job, but still like it was scary because then I had to use more money to have a place to live and do all that, and scrounging around like it was tough. There was a point where I didn't have a car, so I'd be walking to you'd be walking to class or walking to wherever in the rain. It's like, holy crap, I gotta take this test. I don't even know if I'm gonna pass it. And you're out there, and then I got to a point kind of where I was just accepted it and kind of went in with a smile and just did put pen to paper and just got it done. And that was the best thing that could ever have happened to me in my entire life. Honest to God. Um, Worked at it for years, and it it worked out in the end. And now I can use that and apply it to pretty much anything uh, in my life. And I just hope that someone needs to hear this message, hears it, and understands that you just gotta do it. You gotta put yourself in a situation where it sucks, but at the same time find meaning in it, find understanding that, you know, what you're doing is meaningful. And I think I didn't say that right, but understanding that that's just trying to think of a good way to say this. Knowing that what you're doing has meaning to you, and understanding that, and I think it makes it a lot easier and better to kind of understand in a sense. Knowing it's what you want to do. I think that's more what I was trying to say. Knowing it's what you wanted to do. Because some people are in a place right now where they're doing stuff, they're working, but it's something they don't want to do, and you need to get out of it. And just knowing that that's the risk part. Well, at least you're doing something you want to do. I don't know. That's kind of my opinion on it. Um, if you're working a job or whatever, and you've been so conditioned like, oh, you got to have a plan before you quit your job and do this and do that. It's like, just do it and put yourself in that situation where your back's against the wall. Like whatever your plan is, it has to work or else you're screwed. And I know that's, like I said, going back to like statistics and facts, like that's terrible advice. Like that's actually bad advice, but sometimes that's just where you need to do, and that's what you need to be in. Um, if I would have done the advice and, quit doing what I wanted to do, um, like, yeah, probably would have been fine and could have done something easier and different, but I wouldn't have been satisfied. I wouldn't have been happy. I could have got a job doing something, not making near the money I wanted to make, or doing this or doing that, and I would have been miserable. But I put myself in a situation where there was no going back, and I could have failed. I could have easily failed. I could have been that, and it would have been all or nothing. But putting myself in that position, it it like opened up a different area of my brain, like a wolf. I don't know. That sounds cringy to say, like a wolf, like just like a freaking rabid dog or something. I don't know. Like knowing that, like, it's me. It's me. It's in my hands. It's what I want to do. And I I I can apply this to many areas of my life now, such as like, um, and something I still like, something right now that I struggle with is like catering to people, like my friends or that. Like sometimes I don't agree with shit they say, and I'm afraid to, upset them or lose people out of my life because I think a different way or don't want to do something they want to do. And I'm really trying to work on that, being like, just be who I want to be and go all in with it. And at the end of the day, I'll be more happy with it. Um, and that's kind of, that's my personal thing right now that I'm working on. And it's tough. It's really tough. And I know if I do it, I'll be in such a better position. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that now. Um, is doing that is with like friends or family, like not having disagreements even with friends that you've had for, years or decades. Putting yourself in a situation to be in a disagreement or not, do things that they do, and at the risk of losing them. And I think that's just the way it's meant to be, and that's kind of what I'm working on now, especially with like friends and family. That's not someone that's not me saying like, I think the lone wolf mindset is just cope. I think that everyone needs to be around people and have friends and good relationships. That doesn't mean, like I said, you can't cater to people or do stuff like that, but it's more of have confidence in yourself that you can be alone or you can do this for a limited amount of time, but don't actively seek to be alone. I think that's really bad for you, your mental health and stuff like that. Definitely not good. Um, but yeah, that's kind of how I'm applying this whole story and whole aspect is to my life right now. It's like, who cares if friends or family think you're weird or whatever? Just, if you don't disagree, having your own opinion on things, is super important. That's something I'm gonna want to put myself in a situation where it's all or nothing. Like, I'm not gonna go back on things I believe or things I say. And if people think I'm crazy or weird, then whatever. Who cares? But and I think I'll get a lot farther with my own like development stuff like that if I go through with that. So that's the video for today. Uh, I hope that helped some people with whatever they're going through and offered some inspiration or whatever. Help me out and get those thoughts through my mind, or how I wanted to say them. But yeah, that's it. Join Discord. We got a Discord, good group of people. Get in there, talk, whatever you want to do. But yeah, that's it. That's it. God bless you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.